Is the modern crane built by me. So we start here going up a ladder. This ladder is used for the construction operator to climb up to access the cockpit. The cockpit is used by the construction operator to control the crane. Once inside, he is able to view what he is working on and able to move the arm of the crane in 360 degrees to put the item on the other end of the crane down anywhere. He uses levers and dials to move the arm around. Also, this process can be operated by a computer, and sometimes they just monitor and make sure nothing goes wrong. You are also able to access the beams of the crane by going along paths, and these paths are used for maintenance and other stuff like that. The crane works simply as it combines simple machines to lift extremely heavy objects. In a balance style crane, which is what this is, the crane's beam is balanced at a point called the fulcrum. This allows it to lift heavy objects with a relatively small force. In this way, cranes acts as a simple lever. Cranes also makes use of the pulley, another simple machine. Tower cranes often have more than one pulley. This helps it move and multiply its force. Using the scientific principles behind simple machines, such as the lever and the pulley, cranes can multiply smaller forces to lift heavy loads to greater heights. How heavy? It's not uncommon for a large crane such as this to lift loads nearly on 40,000 pounds. I certainly think this demonstrates how far we've actually come compared to this modern crane compared to the ancient crane. We've managed to multiply those numbers significantly higher using modern powering mechanisms. However, the actual mechanics of the whole thing hasn't changed. It's still a fulcrum, it's still a lever, and it is still using pulleys to make the job of lifting things so much easier. I think Vitruvius would have been a huge supporter of this method of building, because I think he loves progress and improvement in the way of architecture and building. And with Joshua, we are now on to the ancient crane in his Minecraft world that he built himself, and we'll be talking about how it works and the importance of it. So now let's watch him walk over to it. So our modern crane was powered by electricities and motors and stuff like that. But this one is powered by humans, so we can go check that out right now. There will be humans inside of it who move around, or donkeys, or animals who run in place, sort of like a hamster wheel that powers this. Like the modern crane, this is based with a fulcrum, which is a point where you're able to balance, sort of like a lever, that allows you to lift very heavy weights using very little. Also, it uses a pulley system, which Joshua is looking at right at this moment, that also increases the efficiency of the weights which you can carry. Vitruvius certainly talked about this a lot in Book 10. Go ahead, Joshua.
So this right here is like the pulley system, and look at these fences right here. They're obviously not string, but imagine that they are string, and imagine that these gray blocks are the pulleys. So the fences or the string would go around each of those pulleys connected to a crane, and then so that they could grab stuff, and then the string that's attached to the top here goes down a rope, and it would go around this log right here in the middle, and then it would go up and over the wheel that the people are in. So whenever they walk that direction, it pulls stuff up. Whenever they walk the other direction, it can bring stuff down with the crane.
Thank you so much for watching our presentation, and I hope you've learned something.